So we know where the black plug goes because it always goes there. The red plug, should we go to the plug with the red 10A or the one that says MA?
The award that I won is the 2019 Presidential Award of Excellence for Mathematics and Science Teaching for the state of Ohio. I was the science winner. I teach physics at Elyria High. That award every other year is presented to one math teacher and one science teacher from each state. I was nominated by a physics professor at Arizona State University who I know, Dr. Jane Jackson, and she nominated me, and I wasn't sure I was gonna even apply for it because, you know, I felt like this is an award that's way out of my league, but I decided to apply for it anyway. A friend of mine from another state was also applying, and so we sort of pushed each other through the application process. It was a really difficult application. You have to submit a video of your teaching and write a very long, hardest essay I've written in my life, but I worked really hard on that, and surprise. The subject of my essay is that there are 5 dimensions of quality teaching that the Presidential Award is specifically looking for. And so you are addressing like 15 different prompts, 3 for each of those 5 indicators of quality teaching. And so you have to address like every single one of those things with like a hard cap on how many words, and you know, like, so I'm like counting all the characters in my writing. The way I felt when I found out that I won the award was surprise, for one thing, and also just, you know, teaching is a really hard profession, and the rewards come in big chunks later, and so it really felt like all of this hard work that I've put in for so long, you know, like it felt like validation of all of my efforts for over all of that time. I found out that I was probably going to win the award about 2 weeks or so before everything in the world shut down for COVID in like late February of 2020. I got an email saying, "We're preliminarily thinking of you as the winner for this award." And then in late July of 2020, I got an email saying, "Congratulations, you're not allowed to say anything yet, but we're going to announce this in early August." And so in early August, instead of getting to go to Washington, D.C., we got to be on a Zoom call, which was a sort of less exciting way to win like the biggest award of your career. Finally, in May of 2022, I got an email saying like, "Hey, you're coming to Washington in 3 weeks." And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll change my plans. I think everybody I know is very excited for me. My friends and family have all been really excited and supportive, and you know, like it's the kind of award that nobody ever really expects that they would win. And so it's been great to hear from so many people, and especially past students, you know, from 10 years ago, from 15 years ago, you know, saying really positive things about my teaching, and that's felt really special. We had 3 days in DC, so my wife and I flew in early morning on a Tuesday, and then the day, you know, like once we got checked into the hotel and registered, then the day was just packed for me of, you know, networking with other teachers and learning about opportunities and giving feedback to the Department of Education on their strategic plans for science teaching. Like we were just basically working nonstop, and then like that first evening we got to go to an awards dinner, which was fantastic. It was in the atrium of the National Portrait Gallery. So we got to just wander around the National Portrait Gallery for a couple of hours, then have a fancy meal there. We had a speaker who used to be the the director of NASA, Ellen Ochoa. Then the next morning, like early working breakfast and, just talking with other teachers and networking and, meeting people from the from the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, who administers the award, the Department of Education. And then that night, the second night, was the awards ceremony at a fancy theater in Washington. One of my former students was working backstage. I got a message from him right after the awards ceremony, and so we got to meet up face to face. Like the award was announced, and the guy was like, "Well, I think that was my high school science teacher," and so that was a really fun coincidence. And so then the next morning we worked through part of the day, and then afternoon we ended things, and so it was just like a jam-packed 3 days of being celebrated and working all at the same time. So to have reached this achievement, it feels so great to be recognized for all of my work, and it also makes me feel like I want to work harder to support other teachers and to help them. And so I really feel like I want to do more for others right now.